Strong dollar overview. One of the benefits of a strong dollar is that it can be used to purchase cheaper goods from other countries. The downside is that it makes exports more expensive and less competitive on the global market. The dollar is stronger when it goes up in value against other currencies in the foreign exchange market. A strengthening US dollar means you can buy more of a foreign currency than before. For instance, a strong dollar benefits Americans who travel abroad and hurt people from other countries visiting the US. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll keep you up to date with new video uploads. Impact on US companies conducting business abroad. Corporate earnings season is underway and there are a couple pits in the road ahead. Inflation, supply chain snarls, and weakening consumer demand create some problems for the US companies. Though, a strong dollar poses an additional problem for these companies and it can't be ignored. It has lowered the second quarter sales for US companies, and this has led many to revise their guidance for the rest of the year. Companies have been cautioning on the effects of a strong dollar for some time now, but the concerns have been growing recently as the dollar has surpassed milestones like reaching parity with the euro for the first time in 20 years. Some other key currencies, including the yen and the British pound, have failed to keep up against the dollar. They have declined in value relative to the dollar. A strong dollar can be both good and bad because of its impact on exports, imports, and the American standard of living. On one hand, this has given US consumers and companies a greater purchasing power as they buy or collaborate with foreign producers. On the other hand, it means that a multinational company's overseas earnings get reduced when they convert them back into their home currency. Many US companies do business internationally and, as an investor, you may have a lot of exposure to the global economy if you invest in those companies. Roughly half of the revenue and profit of the S&P 500 companies come from abroad. The US imports more products than any other country, having a growing trade deficit. Trade deficit is the amount by which the cost of a country's imports exceeds the value of its exports. Information and communication technologies rely on overseas distribution the most, with 58% of revenues earned abroad. This is followed by materials companies, which source 56% of sales internationally. Utilities companies, instead, source only 2%. Those who are more exposed to overseas markets are going to be hit hardest. Netflix, International Business Machines Corp. and Johnson & Johnson have all recently shared that their businesses are experiencing challenges because of the dollar's strength. Conclusion. A strong dollar is good for some, but relatively bad for others. Over the past year, the US dollar has strengthened, which means that imports are now cheaper and foreign travel is more affordable. On the other hand, American companies that export or rely on global markets for the bulk of their sales have been hurt. I hope that this information has helped you understand the strong dollar impact better, as well as the advantages and disadvantages it has on US companies. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We have plenty of information to share with you. Watch the next video.